Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Angelica Underwood with Superheroes in the Classroom. I'm an influential leader, motivational speaker, and educational consultant. And I consider myself a special education alchemist. And that's because I intend to shift the mindset from disabilities to abilities and moving kids from I think I can't to I know I can. We need to make a difference together. And with me today, I have a very, very special guest. It's Jerri Eddington. And we're going to be talking about 5 ways to cultivate positive connections at the beginning of the school year. Welcome, Jerri.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm so glad to have you. And let me just tell you a little bit about Jerri. She is passionate about helping other people connect to their inner wisdom on a soul level. And she is a very, very positive individual who is an educator, has her EDD, and is the co-creator of Lighten Up and Thrive. And Lighten Up and Thrive is a sacred vision of sharing our experience and wisdom in a transformational life. Coaches, she facilitates powerful and transformative programs so that you can experience a joyful living experience with the mind, the body, and at a soul level. And I think that a lot of people need to do that, Jerri, because I've experienced that when you're only in that logical thinking and in the body, stuck in emotions, you're not in alignment with who you truly are. So I'm really glad to have you here on this webinar. So just tell us more about yourself.
Well, I was a classroom teacher and a school principal.
Go ahead, Jerri. I'm sorry. This thing's going crazy on me. I apologize.
No problem. I was a classroom teacher and school principal in Columbus, Ohio for 30 years. And
go ahead.
And basically really enjoyed my job, and I've been retired now for 6 school years. And a few years ago I started a business helping people connect to their soul and their inner wisdom, and also continuing my educational background too.
And what is it that inspired you to come up with this Lighten Up and Thrive?
My friend and I, Gretchen Hogg, have been doing trainings for several years together, and we have gone through a variety of energy trainings with the Lifeline technique and theta healing and soul coaching, and we decided to join our experiences together and co-create our new business, Lighten Up and Thrive, so we can reach more people to share our message.
Beautiful. Well, just tell us more. I mean, why is it important to plan for a new school year? I mean, we have a lot of districts right now starting their school year and getting ready for that big whole year and beautiful year with and being able to start something beautiful for our kids, because our kids are our future, you know?
Absolutely.
So why is it important?
Well, I think it's important that we plan for the school year coming up, at not just at the school itself, but at home. And there's a lot of times during the summer times that activities change because of, you know, transportation issues, babysitting issues, or whatever. So kids, you know, have all kinds of activities going on in the home during the summertime. So now it's time to shift the focus to getting back to the school year. And when we go back to the school year, we want it to get off on a great start. And part of that is we want the kids to feel comfortable getting ready to go back to their school year. If they have a new school that they're going to, or they're having a new bus ride that they're going to, just kind of checking out some of those things ahead of time so they'll feel comfortable and not be so stressed on the first day of school.
Yeah, and I think that's very important for parents. You know, if you're a parent and you're really listening to this webinar, it's important to really reduce the stress so that when your child is ready to go to school, there is a lot of comfort and safety. I think safety is a big issue and a big concern for kids that are, especially if they're small. Even the high school kids, don't you agree? I mean, I had high school kids, and they were always nervous on the first day. I mean, think about it, parents. I mean, aren't you nervous when you're going to your first job or a doctor's appointment or something for the first time? There's a lot of anxiety that's created in your body. But tell us, what are the 5 things that students can do or parents can do to help prepare the school year for our students?
Well, I've actually have broken it down for students, parents, and staff. And students, just to remember, this is a brand new school year, and you have a fresh start. It doesn't matter what happened last year. It's a new year and a new start. The second thing I would say is get some basic school supplies ahead of time. And third, get organized. Decide what you're going to wear the night before and get all your supplies ready to go too. And 4, when you get to the school, find out what kind of activities that they have going on. Find out what clubs are available, what you can get involved in. And the 5th one is so simple. Just smile. Say hello when you meet people. Everyone is meeting new people too. And a smile, it can go so far in just easing that tension and making that connection.
Oh, that's wonderful to know. So students keep those tips in mind, and then replay this, because you're going to be able to replay this and be able to make notes of what Dr. Eddington just shared with you. And the organization piece is so crucial and so important, and you won't feel very anxious or stressed out if you organize yourself at a night before, so that you have all your items ready to go in the morning. Don't you agree, Jerri?
Absolutely.
So what are the 5 things parents can do to support their children as the new school year begins?
First of all, participate in any opening school activities. Some schools have a special welcome back night before school begins. And this is a great opportunity to check out the school and all the important areas in the school. Now, I know some parents have had negative school experiences themselves. And I want parents to know that this is a fresh start for them too, to go into the school year and present yourself. This is a new school year, and we're going to have a clean slate.
Oh my God.
The second thing, make sure students have all the materials that they need to start school. Now, I want to pause a moment. Now, I know some of you may have more than one student starting school, and you may be a little overwhelmed with all the supplies and things you need to get ready to start the school year. But many communities across the country have back-to-school drives, and they will help parents get their kids ready for schools with supplies if needed. You just need to reach out and ask for help. And the third thing, remember, this is a fresh start for your child. Focus on the new school year, not any previous problems. Keep the past in the past. The fourth thing, communicate with your child. Ask about their day. What activities did they do? Did they meet any new friends? How many teachers did they have? How was lunch? And the fifth thing that is so important, keep communication open between you and the school staff. If your child has a problem, brainstorm some of the ways to solve that problem. If additional help is needed, reach out to the teachers, the counselors, and the administrative staff.
I think that's important. I'm sorry, I got this cough. I apologize. What are the 5 things teachers can do to make sure the school gets off to a great start? So sorry.
No worries. Well, we know that getting students to feel welcome and build rapport in the first few days of school is priority. So one of the things the teachers can do, first of all, is get yourself ready. Get your classroom set up before the school starts. Make sure you schedule in some me time into your day once school begins. It's important to have some time to decompress after interacting with so many people on a daily basis. Number 2, create a safe environment in your classroom. Develop some ground rules which support mutual respect for all. Decorate your classroom in a manner that's engaging. Allow students to help in the months ahead by posting student work and projects. Number 3, and this honestly is probably one of my favorite, make positive parent phone calls or send positive emails to parents and guardians at the beginning. Let parents know that they are an important part of their child's support system, and let parents know when you're available to have phone conferences or in-person conferences. 4, focus on building.
I think that's very, very important that you make parents feel very, very comfortable and part of the whole team or the school team or educational system. So keep them informed and take all these beautiful suggestions that Dr. Eddington is sharing today. Now, what are 5 great icebreakers or something that can getting to know your activities or getting to know you, which would be activities teachers can do?
Okay, well let me have a couple more for the teachers that I didn't get to.
Okay.
And the 4th thing for teachers is focus on building positive connections with your students. Introduce yourself. Share some personal things about yourself so students will feel comfortable about sharing with others. And the 5th thing, it's all about connections. Spending time in these first few days allows students an opportunity to get to know each other. The time spent on building relationships will help the class become more cohesive. Now, my 5 favorite icebreakers and activities, I have used these in classrooms with middle school kids, and I've actually used some of these actual activities when I've taught teacher classes. It's a people skill thing. And one of my favorite ones is called the name game, and it's very simple, and all you need to do is kind of push the chairs back and create a circle in the middle of the classroom, and you make sure everyone's participating, and you have students introduce themselves with a word that starts the same way as their name. For example, Angelica, you would be amazing Angelica. And I would be Jazzy Jerri. So I would say, this is amazing Angelica, and I am Jazzy Jerri. And then the next person that would go, say that's going to be Brave Bob. Well, Brave Bob would say, this is amazing Angelica, Jazzy Jerri, and I'm Brave Bob. And it goes all around the circle. And it's just a way to make connections and just seeing how silly. Now, another twist to this that we've added too, that you can do, make some kind of a movement. Like you can do ta-ta, I am Jazzy Jerri, or twirl, whatever. You can make it as interesting. And again, I've done this with the adults too. It's a lot of fun. Now, after that activity, you might be ready for some time to quiet down. So another cool one is called birthday lineup. Now, students put themselves in order by their birthday starting from January to December, but they can't talk. They have to do it quietly. So they have to figure out how they're going to get themselves in this lineup without talking. And they always figure it out. And another cool thing, if there's at least 23 people in the group, at least a lot of times that there will be 2 people in the group that have the same birthday. So that's kind of cool to check that out too. And another one is the class interview, and students basically take turns interviewing each other, and there's so many forums and activities, and the bottom line is just have 10 or 12 questions, and I would interview Angelica, and then you would interview me, and go back and forth, and it helps them to get to know them on a personal basis. It also helps them work on their listening skills and their speaking skills back and forth. And the last one, I'm sorry, the 4th one is called Classmate Scavenger Hunt. Sometimes we call this people search, scavenger hunt. It can be called a variety of things, But basically, you have 15 questions, and then it would be, who in here has blue eyes, or who in here has 5 dogs at home, or three, whatever it is. And you walk around the room and you ask those questions until you find someone that can answer that question. And the goal is to connect with as many students as possible. So you only want one. You don't want to stand there and ask one person, okay, how many of these can you answer? You want everyone to just answer one. And there's another really cool one that I did years ago called Gotcha. And what that one was, it actually added more physical movement into it. So you would have to find somebody that would do 5 jumping jacks with you. Find somebody that would do untie your shoelaces and retie your, just crazy things, but physical, just getting a way to have fun and get to know them too. And this one, the last one I'll share, it's called the linking name game. Now this is a little different. This activity, you can divide the group, depending on how big your group is, into 2 groups or 3 groups. And basically, you can use this activity on the bulletin board, not bulletin board, blackboard, or you can have a big piece of paper. And what you do is, as the groups are divided up, you go to the first student and you just have them write their name. And so what they do is they would write their name, and then the next student will look at all the letters in your name, and they would try to put their name in your name. For example, when I'm writing down your name right now, Angelica, and so I'm looking at your name, and I went, oh, you have an E in your name. I have an E in my name too. So I'm going to write Jerri, and it's like, so your name is going across, and then my name's coming down. And it's kind of like you're building a word search. And and then you have to think about it. Okay, how does my name fit in there? And that's why I broke it down into smaller groups, because that takes a little bit more concentration. So there's all kinds of different ways that with these activities that I share, that they're working on listening skills, thinking skills, speaking skills, all a variety of activities, or skills rather, that we want them to do anyway. But they're having fun doing it.
Yeah. And they're having fun, and they're building relationships within the classroom, and you're using that icebreaker. I love it. I had never heard about the name, and you use it in that form of like a crossword puzzle. That's really neat. I like it.
Well, thank you.
I love it. So tell us, I mean, I know that there's a lot of people out there that are going to be listening to this YouTube video. We're going to have parents, teachers, students listening to it because they want to get these 5 tips on how to start a school year. How can people get in touch with you, and what special offer do you have so that they can connect with you and make deeper relationships and connections?
The special offer that I have today is my special program that's kicking off. That's a transformational program for your soul, and it's a soul coaching program. It's for 28 days online, and it's divided up into activities. There's 3 levels. So, for example, you can commit to 5 minutes a day, or 45 minutes a day, whatever fits in your schedule, and you literally will learn how to connect with your soul on a soul level, and do clutter clearing for your mind and your spirit, so you can hear those messages from your soul. And my program is called Let Your Soul Shine, and you can get connected with me through my website of lightenupandthrive.com, or you can get connected with me through my email, which is jerrieddington@gmail.com, and that's JerriEddington@gmail.com. And if you are interested, in having these icebreakers and all of these things that I just shared with you, I would be happy to send that to you if you send me an email.
Wonderful. And then, I just want to kind of clarify for the educators out there, and parents could probably see the connection for Let Your Soul Shine, but for the educators, I mean, why do you think it's important that students and parents and teachers get connected to their soul? I mean, what are we really saying when we say that?
I'm saying really get connected to your passion and what makes your heart sing. And a perfect example, my older son has been in a job that he loved, he was a library director at a university, but his real passion is to write. He wants to be a full-time author. So he made that decision to let go of his job and become a full-time author because that's his passion. That's what makes his soul sing. And quite honestly, I've known that I wanted to be a teacher and an educator since the 2nd grade. And I actually played school before the 2nd grade, but in the 2nd grade, I fell in love with my 2nd grade teacher. And I knew at that young age that I was born to be a teacher and an educator. I didn't know how it was all going to happen, but I knew that that was my purpose. I didn't call it that. I just called it, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Okay. So that's just wonderful. She does have a special offer if you want to take advantage of Let Your Soul Shine, and the link is going to be below. So you can easily click on it, and it will take you directly to her website where you can take advantage of this special offer. And then get connected with her so that you can get these icebreakers and you can get them for free. I think they're fun, they're exciting. You want to do something innovating, something different when you're starting your school year, the first day of school. So it was amazing, and I was really glad connecting with you. And I apologize for the cough.
No worries, no worries.
Yes, so again, for those of you that want to stay connected with me, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Follow me on social media. I have my Match Entrepreneur. For those of you that are entrepreneurs and you want to take your business to the next level, reach out to me and I can interview you and bring you on a webinar. Also for the teachers and leaders out there, I have a special event coming September 30th through October the 2nd. It is Exploring Inside the Black Box. And you really need to be excited and know about this event because this is the first time that people are going to be teaching about neuro-linguistic programming and how it's going to help the struggling learners, how to intervene in a special way. And this is the conference or the workshop you want to attend so that you can bring it into education, bring it into the classroom, bring it into the way that you lead and direct your teachers and your staff members at a different level and really accelerate and get the results that you are looking for. So it is amazing to be here with you, Jerri, and with all of you that are listening to this webinar. And we will stay connected because I will have other experts like Dr. Eddington that will be joining me every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. So thank you, Jerri. Anything else before we leave?
Thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity to share my information with your community. And I'm looking forward to hearing from people. And again, I have this ready to send out to you. If you reach out, I will be happy to send these ideas to you.
And thank you, everybody. You have an amazing day. And keep your spirit high because we are creating our future. Our kids are our future, and you, parents, are the ones, and teachers and leaders are the ones that are really going to impact our leaders for tomorrow. So let's make a difference together and be the superheroes in the classroom. So I will see you next time, and you have a wonderful day. See you, Dr. Eddington.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.